So here is the educated opinion that's winning in this country. We have to lie to kids because they can't handle the truth. Tell them the truth. I wake up every morning, ladies from the center, and those of you who are now trained to teach and go into the schools. I've done this for 17, more than that, 20 years. I wake up every morning, and in my prayers I say this, and it is clear, part of my prayer time in the morning. I say this: I am not the Messiah. There was a Messiah. His name is Jesus. It's not me. I can't fix, I can't heal, I can't decide, I can't choose. All God asked me to do today, all God asked me to do when I get up tomorrow morning in my prayers and I get ready for the 2 schools I'm going to be in here in your community tomorrow, all he asked me to do tomorrow is tell the truth. That's all he asked me to do. What those students do with the truth they're given when they leave tomorrow is 100% theirs. What they will not be able to say is, nobody told me. I didn't know. Tomorrow morning they will be told. What they choose to do when they leave is 100% theirs. That's true for me as a speaker. It's true as a parent. Please, parents, hear me today. I do not know what happened to my generation of parents. Come on, you 40-somethings, you know who you are. We were not parented this way. I don't remember one moment of my teenage years where my mother cared for half of a second about whether or not I liked her. Ever. It did not matter. My generation is, oh, but I have to be my kid's best friend and they don't like me. Oh, I have news for you. My daughter, and my boys are different. Boys are, well, mine at least, we'll see. This 9th grader is going to give me all kinds of gray hair, but my other one was easy. This was not an issue. My daughter, and it's moms and daughters stuff probably, my daughter in high school did not like me at all. I had news for my teenage daughter. I have friends. And I don't need her. She has friends, right? She has friends. And she doesn't need me. I wasn't called to be my daughter's buddy. I was called to be her parent. I have rules in my house about dating. They are not a democracy. We do not vote. Tell my kids all the time, when you're 45, you can terrorize your own children. That will be your privilege. In my house, it's mine. Here, and in my husband's, these are our rules. First rule in my house is no dating at all, period. None! Until you're 16. Do not ask, do not whine. It does not happen in my home on any occasion, ever. Students under 16 are brain damaged. This too shall pass. And here's the deal, Barry, in case you forgot this. Do you have statutory rape laws in the state of Virginia? Is there an age of consent that we have here legally? I think so. Typically, it's 15 and under. Are you following me? If you're under 15, you cannot legally give consent. And yet we've got parents letting 13-year-olds go date 18-year-olds. What is that about? Inconceivable. Inconceivable. No dating until you're 16. Second rule in my house is this: no single dating at all until graduation from high school. You will date in groups. 4 or more is my preference. That was a horrible rule that my parents had for me, my terrible strict parents, and I am a semi-well-adjusted adult. I actually lived. I actually thought group dating was fun. I got to date more than one guy at one time. And I didn't lose my friends in high school. I mean, come on. When I was in high school, dating was actually fun. I mean, it was a social event. We had friends. We had fun. We had lives. Remember? Some of us had lives. I had theater. I had music. I had youth group. I had a life. Dating today looks like pseudo-marriages. Kids walk down the... I love you. They break up. She's in the bathroom bawling. It's over. He dumped me. I have no boyfriend. Now I love you. They just marry whoever they're surgically attached to. In Minnesota, we call that 2 ticks and no dog. 2 empty insects sucking the living life out of each other, hoping it'll work. Part of the reason for this unhealthy bonding between teenagers, literal marriages and divorces and the damage that goes on, is because they're having sex. Because the actual act of sex bonds them prematurely. I've told kids this. Prior to marriage, sex is going to do one of 2 things. It's going to either keep you in a relationship and blind you to everything you should be taking 10 steps back and looking at, because you are artificially bound, or it will end a relationship that could have made it. It's going to do one of those two things. So what would be the point of you ever having sex before marriage? Because that's where you're headed with that. All right, and this bonding and this tearing and this ripping is happening because when I tell kids they should date in groups, you should see some of the kids look at me like, what? Date equals sex. See, in the dark ages, dating did not equal sex. Dating was dating. We enjoyed each other's company. We got to know each other. I tell girls, you want to know what this guy's going to be like? You need to hang out with his family. You need to watch how he treats his mother. Pay really close attention. Girls, you want to know what this guy's going to be like? Watch how he treats his mom. Guys, you want to know what this girl's going to be like? Watch how she treats her brothers and sisters and her father. Spend time in that. Plus, if you get married, who do you marry? Family. The entire family. Spend time there. Get to know them. Okay, those are my rules. I was pretty strict. My son, my 22-year-old never even dated in high school at all. I mean, he went to prom with friends, but he didn't really date. My daughter dated one guy seriously her senior year. But I'll tell you, freshman year, I got to tell you the story, parents. Freshman year of high school, my daughter had been in a Christian school through the 8th grade. We didn't have a high school in our little town, so she went to public school. First experience for me with public school, 9th grade, freshman daughter, my only kid in high school. I showed up to a volleyball game, one of her first games. Showed up, got into the gym, and the teachers know me. And they know what I do for a living. Can't hide that. Walked in, one of the teachers pulled me aside. He said, Pam, the worst kid in the school is after your daughter. Said age, senior kid, he's a predator, he's after your daughter. I said, really? Is he here? And yes, the senior just happened to be at the freshman volleyball game. Where is he? Point him out to me. I walked up those bleachers, looked right at Isaiah, sat her, I said, Isaiah, do you know who I am? You're Kara's mom. Isaiah, how old are you? 18. I said, Isaiah, do you know what the statutory rape laws are in this state? Because I do. And I want you to understand, young man, that I am friends with the prosecuting attorney in this county, and you so much as look at my daughter sideways, and your tail end will be in jail so fast your head will be spinning. Have I made myself clear? And to the 4 friends you're sitting with, all of you. And they're like, can we talk to her? I said, I would prefer you did not, and I will know. So I went and sat down. My daughter, you're the terrible parent, I can't believe. We're back at home in her bedroom, bawling, why, God? Get over it. My daughter wrote a paper her junior year of college she let me see, and it was about that event. That she was sitting on the bench where she spent some time. And she watched the entire thing take place. That senior boy got an 8th grader pregnant later that spring. Where was her mother? Where was her father? You know, and I didn't need my freshman daughter to like me. I didn't need her to think I was cool. I didn't need her to think that all her friends thought I was cool. Didn't matter to me. I did not want my daughter in pain. I knew the end road of that. And I said, I'm going to stop it here. Some of you are going, Pam, your rules about dating, they're really strict. Your kids are going to rebel. So, what'd y'all do? Have a little powwow with your teenager and ask them what rules they were planning to obey? Is that how you did that? So you can feel like a good parent? Right? Why don't you tell me what you're going to obey and I'll have that rule? Is that how we do this? Excuse me, no, I am the parent and I make the rules. The job of making the rules and communicating them is mine. The job of obeying them is yours. Parents, hear me carefully. I will never stand before God and answer for what my children choose to do. Ever. And you know what, parents? You can do it all right. You can be the perfect, godly parent. You can live it, you can talk it, you can preach it, you can do it all right. And your kid could still make the wrong choice. Are you following me? I've seen kids come from homes that I would have liked, can I just live with you and watch you parent? Because I am impressed. I've seen their kids mess up badly. And I've seen kids come from homes that you and I would both go, what in the world? I mean, every bad parenting decision made, and that kid made the right choices.